for that. But first and foremost, let's jump into the Lauryn Hill thing because she right now is on tour, right? Anniversary tour, celebrating 25 years. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I remember sitting in my car listening to that shit, or just sitting in my parents' car to say, listening to that album back then, and it shows you how fast time goes. But she was on stage, right? And I guess people were starting to get on her because they're saying that she's showing up late and tardy to a lot of her different, performances. And here's what Lauryn had to say on stage.
Say, yeah, she's late. She's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blood rise stage every night. I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God and I do it. Who surrounded me with family and community when there was no support, when the album sold so many records and no one showed up and said, hey, would you like to make another one? So I went around the world and I played the same album over and over and over. Because we're the survivors. And we're not just the survivors, we're the thrivers.
So that's Lauryn. Also, a little bit more context. She was talking about, her battling with her voice. Also, she has an injury that she says she took medication to kind of mask. So she's been going through a couple of things, toiling, trying to get on stage. But how do you feel about this? Did this rub you the wrong way, Sandman?
Yeah, it did.
Talk about it.
A lot less than, because I didn't hear the full thing. And the one thing I was going to say was this. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is one of the greatest albums that we've ever heard. You alluded to it. Listening to it with your parents. I listened to it with my parents. My mom had the CD. I listened to it on my own. That was 20, almost 30 years ago. One piece of body of work, you cannot tell the people that they're lucky when they still continue to support you off of that one body of incredible work, but one piece of work nonetheless. I was real bothered by that. Like, how could you say that knowing that? But when you look at all she's went through with her voice, I think she was alluding to people not allowing her to make music. See, here's my thing. Because if you have the ability to get on stage, you have the ability to entertain, you should have the ability with all this technology to create another album independently now. You're not signing anybody, anything, anywhere.
Right.
So you cannot blame everybody for the reason why you can't go out here and perform or create another album. You also can't blame your voice if you have the ability to go out and perform. Now, how long, oh God, have we been hearing about Lauryn Hill being late to concerts? Bro, this is something that we've heard 3-4 years after the album dropped. Lauryn Hill was being late to concerts all over the country. This is something that she has chronically done. In fact, it's like a long-standing joke. If you buy a ticket, you know she's going to be late.
Right.
And you know she's not going to do a lot of her songs and sing a lot of her lyrics or whatever the case may be, a lot of the stories that we've heard out here. So, although we are lucky to still have Lauryn Hill,
absolutely,
we are lucky to have the ability to watch her perform, to sit up there and act as if she does not owe the people who support her just as much gratitude, and at the very least being on show or on time for a show that people paid hard-earned money for, to come check out, to come support, even though they know you're going to be late. I just think there's a little more accountability that needs to be taken on Miss Lauryn Hill's part.
Yeah, and it's like, see, when you talk about being on time and stuff, that's a discipline thing, right? And that's a respect thing. When you have, thousands of people waiting, for you. Now, does stuff happen sometimes? Absolutely. Things happen, planes running late, all different types of scenarios that could happen. You can get stuck in traffic. We can go down a list of things that can happen, but it's your attitude towards it. And it definitely rubbed me the wrong way to see her. It almost was like a pissy cockiness. Like, y'all lucky to have me, want to even show up to this joint. Well, what if people just said F you and we just go listen to your music? We ain't got to show up to see you. Yeah. What if we just would listen to your music? That's enough. So you have to be grateful that 25 years later, because you got excellent body of work. You have people still showing up to actually see you perform.
Yep.
You owe them a little bit more, but just to cuss them out and say y'all lucky that I'm here. I just don't like how we got to speak on how we feel for real. As much as we love Lauryn Hill and we might get a little backlash from this, we're going to keep it real with y'all.
Care less about that.
Yeah, we're going to keep it real with y'all. So it's like, I just wish she wouldn't have approached it that way. And I understand she's going through a lot of things. And it's a lot of stuff that us as just fans sitting behind the computer or whatever you want to say that don't see about performers and entertainers. I get it. There's a lot of stuff you don't see about what we do.
Yeah.
But it's the way that your attitude towards it. Like maybe you felt that way. You didn't have to articulate it. Just that's something you could have just kept, inside of you. Now, the issue about her with the music thing, that's a little deep to me because I would like a little more context on that. You're sitting up here saying nobody came to you. So what came to you to do what?
Right.
You mean to tell me you couldn't put your team together or galvanize the people that you like, your producers, engineers, and writers, whatever you're going to use to come together and put another album? That's what we've been waiting for.
Lauryn Hill's a musician. Right? She could play the guitar, the piano.
Everything.
Like,
she could rap, sing. So that's why I would like more context. What do you mean but I know she had some issues early on with contractual issues and things like that. I went to one of her shows with Nas. I don't know how long ago it was, probably like 6-7 years ago at this time. But she wasn't doing she wasn't like performing the whole song for some reason.
Was she late?
I don't remember her being late.
Okay.
I don't remember her being late. I think Nas did go first. So maybe that's why she wasn't late. But you got to have better accountability to your fans, to the people that support you. Because remember, this shit could be over like that.
Yeah.
You could be, the hottest thing ever. And we interviewed and talked to a lot of people that are so-called one-hit wonders. Not saying she is.
No, not at
but
all.
We've interviewed people that have been in the spotlight, had it all. And then now nobody gives a fuck about them no more. Yeah. So just be humble. That's all I got to say with it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, she created a timeless piece of work and has the blessing to be able to go and still sell out arenas and tours, even after hearing and people knowing the rumor that she's notoriously late for shows. So, although she is great, and the music thing definitely bothers me because even granted, the benefit of the doubt, it's been years, right? Or she was contractually obligated, let's say for 10 years. All right, people have been put in those type of crazy situations. And maybe you don't have to let her do it anymore, but you had to let her go earn a living from that one album. So at the very least, show gratitude to those who are outpouring their money to go see you, because it's us doing it. I mean, not necessarily God and I,
right,
but us as a culture. Damn well it's us as a culture that's going out selling out Lauryn. You have people in there based off of who Lauryn is agreeing with what she was saying, even though, wait, she disrespecting y'all right there to y'all face.
My thing is I would like to just really... probably never had this opportunity to talk to Lauryn Hill and talk about what happened after that album. Like, we know she had the kid and all that, and because she sung about it. But what happened? Why didn't you go forward with another album? Why didn't you ride that wave? What happened at a particular point that you just fell back from that great body of work? Because after that great body of work, everybody's looking for the follow-up.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for, and I don't think we ever quite got that. So I would love to know what happened. Did the industry rub you the wrong way? Did they not want that type of vibe out there, that type of music out there? And at that point, I don't think it really cares, because all they care about is making money. Yeah. Unless it's deeper than that. Like, all right, now we can't be uplifting people and shit. We gotta, change this thing to some ratchet shit. Maybe it was deep.
Her story, if ever told, like how she wants to tell it, it's probably incredible. Because it was music, it was acting. Like, Lauryn Hill, the trajectory of what she looked like it was about to be was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rock star, icon, Hall of Fame type status. And then she just fell from grace.
You think it's because she didn't have that look?
No, because she was beautiful.
Right.
To me, but go ahead, my bad.
Nah, I'm just trying to speculate, like, why she didn't go to the level. Like, you talking about she could have went anywhere. And I don't think that would have necessarily stopped her. Because I think she's beautiful, but she is, of a darker hue. You know what I mean? But there's been plenty of people that have been dark. Yeah. That have moved out. Me personally, I don't think that would have stopped her, but it had to be something.
I'm thinking maybe what was she not willing to do? And what lengths did they go to?
See?
To, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm getting to.
And mentally, what did that do to her? I think all of that plays a part in that outburst we heard. I think all of that is it's probably like a powder keg, and she's been just holding shit. And maybe it was an isolated incident where it had nothing to do with even that event, but she's been hearing this shit for 20 years and she's been late. Maybe there's who knows the reason. I don't think there's ever a reason to be late for 20 damn years to show like what you got going on, but we don't know this woman's story. So
right, and that's what I want to get to. Like, what really? I wish she would sit down and talk to somebody.
Yeah,
about that. I'm probably sure she will. That'd be, like you said, a crazy, incredible story to hear. Like, all right, when you made this, what happened? Did we ever reach out to Lauryn Hill?
How the hell you do that?
Oh, there gotta be a way.
Somebody know. No, yeah. I mean, I know we personally haven't. I'm sure somebody on our team at some point has.
Right, but I know. Yeah, she probably declined or didn't answer anything. Yeah. But man, that's just deep, man. One of the greatest untold stories in hip hop.
That's a fact.
Yeah.